Hi friends, welcome to my channel Cloud TV. In this channel, I generally post technology videos. Okay, mainly on Hadoop and Spark, and so in future we are going to put videos on machine learning also. Thank you for subscribing me in my channel, and people who are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, so what we are going to discuss today is basically one of our friend requested how to run a Spark job using Oozie workflow schedule, Oozie workflow. So basically, I took a simple example. Okay, I took a PySpark job. Okay, which will be executed via Oozie workflow. Okay, so so I actually took the same data set which he used for scoop import incremental load task. Okay, so basically what it contains is I will show you the MySQL DB. So okay, so we have a e-commerce database. Okay, so this has a table called a transaction detail TBL. Okay, so if you want to see few records from that, I'll just show you. Okay, so this is the transaction ID. Okay, and transaction type and e-commerce website from which site the purchase has been made. Okay, the product, which product they bought, and the transaction amount, date, and city and country. Okay, this is simple data set which I cooked up the set as a data set. Okay, so I loaded for two different date. Okay, I think 28th and 19th I loaded. Okay, and 18th it is getting loaded. I actually this program is actually loading the data for 18th May. Okay, that will get loaded before we complete this. Okay, so so let's come to our program. Okay, so this in this what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a PySpark job. Okay, so basically I'm going to connect a MySQL and fetch the data based on date. Okay, I'm not going to fetch entire data. So based on the data, so example, you can think this job as a nightly job, so it will run every day night 12:30. So it has to pull the previous day transaction data. Okay, something like that. Okay, so you can think of the scenario where you want to schedule a PySpark batch job at 12:30 a.m. every day and pull the previous day transaction from e-commerce database. Okay, the particular table name is called transaction detail TBL. Okay, table. Okay, so this is simple PySpark job. Okay, so you import required packages. Okay, then I am actually getting input as date. Okay, so I'm not generating date in my program, so this will come from workflow. Okay, so basically when you want to run this program directly, you need to pass the date. So from we are running from workflow, so that this date has to be passed via workflow. Okay, so using that date. Okay, so if the date is none, I am actually taking current date minus 1. Okay, so basically this I'm getting a current date. Okay, so there is a function called time delta in datetime package of Python. So you can use the minus the date, hours, month. There are a lot of components you can do manipulation. So if the data is none, I want to take previous day data. Okay, so that's what I'm doing it here. So this is a normal Spark station object creation. Okay, with Hive support. Once that is done, so basically I told you I'm going to connect a MySQL, right? So I did a MySQL JDBC driver, so which I downloaded. So the driver class is com MySQL JDBC driver, and the table name is this, and host name is localhost. Okay, so or I can give the IP address of my MySQL server. So anyway, I'm going to run it from cluster. So it only one single node cluster is there. So it will take localhost. The port number is default port number 3306 and user ID password and database. So using that, okay, so I'm going to connect a MySQL. So to connect a MySQL, so in Spark 2.x they introduced JDBC API support in the data source API. So we just need to say how we are reading a CSV file, a spark.read.format of CSV you give, right? Similarly, you just give the JDBC and then provide the other details like JDBC URL. So I form the JDBC URL like JDBC colon MySQL / host name colon port number / database name. So this becomes a MySQL JDBC URL. Okay, so different database, only the JDBC URL gets differ. Okay, and you just have to use the respective JDBC driver for the respective RDBMS you are going to pull the data. Okay, so then what we are going to do is using the JDBC URL, you pass the driver, then a table which you want to fetch, and the user ID password. So table, actually instead of giving directly the table, I'm going to give the query because you want to pull only the previous data or the date which is passed to this program. Okay, so select star from the table name where I'm doing the transaction date column here, right? I'm picking only the date part from that. Okay, basically YYYY MMDD, that format. Okay, equal to this date also will get in the same format like YYY WYWY MM-DD. Okay, so you just match. So whatever the date it is matching, that particular day records I'm going to get it, and you just say entire as query and as alias q as task and table. So this is how you need to pass it in the table property DB table property. So this will consider, this query will give the result set that will be considered as a table. Okay, so this will generate the data frame. Okay, so then it is a normal data frame operation you can do. I'm just showing you 2 records from that, and then I'm going to store it in the HDFS. Okay, and that is HDFS target directory I have, which is user Hadoop data e-commerce data transaction details. I'm going to store date wise. Okay, because I'm pulling data based on the date wise, right? I'm going to, so that I can create a Hive table for this using a partition. I can use the date column as a partition column, then I can create a Hive table on top of this. Okay, so this is a simple program. Okay, so we are going to run this program via Oozie workflow. So let's go to the Oozie workflow side. I created a Oozie workflow here. Okay, so basically so the folder name is Oozie PySpark example WF. Okay, so this is a structure. You will have workflow.xml, job.properties, and there is a lib folder which contains the JDBC driver for the MySQL and my PySpark program. People who are new to the Oozie component, please watch my other video on Oozie use case. Okay, so that you can understand the basic concepts. So I'm going to explain you both the job.properties and workflow.xml. So let us open the job.properties. Okay, and then workflow.xml. Okay, let's first start with the job.properties. So just you need to give the name node URI, okay, which is HDFS colon the cloud instance and port number 8020, and the job tracker, which is we are using Hadoop 2.x. So job tracker becomes a resource manager. So the host name colon resource manager RPC protocol 8032, and so this is a Spark job. So we need to provide a master property and what is the mode of you are going to either if you take yarn, you have a cluster mode and a client mode. Okay, so there are two different modes you can execute your Spark job on yarn. So I'm going to run it on client mode. Okay, the queue name as well as same. So basically this is my Oozie workflow root folder in HDFS. So I just created that. So then I told you share lib is true. Setting the property of share lib is true, and the share lib path I given. Then the workflow path. Okay, this is the workflow path. I'm going to place my workflow. Okay, so in user Hadoop in the Oozie example, inside that I'm going to place this workflow. Okay, that I given for workflow Oozie workflow path. Okay, so now I hard-coded this get data date. Okay, as the 20th May. Okay, so this will be this can be passed from the coordinator dynamically. Okay, for this demo I just hard coded this configuring in coordinator. You can watch my other video how to configure this workflow in Oozie coordinator. That is a simple step. Okay, so you can do that. I'm just in this demo I'm going to demo you a Oozie workflow which will run the PySpark job. Okay, so this is all about job.properties. Let us come to the workflow.xml. So in workflow.xml, so we are going to use the Spark action. So workflow.xml is the DAG of actions, right? DAG means directed acyclic graph. So it will not be a circular, so it will be a DAG acyclic. You'll just go one flow and complete in the end. Okay, so so what I am doing is action. So if you see, this is all same. Okay, the workflow path. Then you'll have a start action or start node. Okay, so that will say which action it is going to start, which is my PySpark -Oozie demo. So in this action, I am going to use a Spark action. So this is the Spark action version 2.0 I am using. Sorry, 0.2 I am using. So you need to provide the job tracker URL, which is resource manager name node, and you can see these two are new. Okay, so master and mode. That's for this only we created the variables in the job properties and assigned the value. Then application name. Then here, so there is a job jar tag. In that you can give the PySpark program name. So if it is your jar, if it is a Scala based Spark project, you can give the jar name here. Apart from that, you will have one more tag called class. In that you can give the fully qualified class name of Scala class where you have main method. Okay, then we have arguments for this program. Okay, that is that argument is the date argument, right? So we are actually I'm getting the date from the job.properties dollar curly braces of get data date, and then you need to provide this basically where your file, the Python file is located. Okay, so you have to provide this one. Then you after once this is successfully executed, it will go to the end node. If it is fail, it will go to the fail node. That's it. It's a simple. You just have to use the Spark action to execute your either PySpark program or the Scala based Spark program. Okay, so this is a workflow.xml. Okay, now let us move the code to the cluster. Okay, so people who are familiar to Hadoop, okay, so basically once you write a code, okay, like any Spark job or Hadoop job, you need to ship from the Windows machine. If you have a job in Windows machine, you need to ship it to the Linux machine or the cluster. So to ship from Windows machine to Linux machine, you use the utility called WinSCP. Okay, so this is my workflow. Okay, I just move it to this location, Oozie work area. This is getting copied. Okay, so I will show you HDFS path where I am going to load. Okay, so if you look at here, Oozie example, I have only one flow, Oozie example.workflow. So here I am going to push my workflow which we created for running PySpark job. Okay, and this is the location we are going to write the data as CSV format. Okay, apart from that, anything? Nothing. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, so we are in the Oozie work area. So we just to need to move this workflow to the this location. Okay, we'll copy this location. We say Hadoop fs hyphen put, just give the Oozie workflow name, Oozie underscore PySpark underscore example workflow wf, then give the destination. Okay, this is done. So you navigate to the this workflow folder. Okay, I'm going to run the Oozie running Oozie Sparks Oozie submit command or Oozie job creation command. So I have it here. Okay, so I will share this notes to you all. Basically this is how you need to submit your Oozie workflow. You Oozie job hyphen Oozie, the Oozie URL. Okay, then followed by the configuration file. Basically it's a job.properties. Either you go to the place where this job is located, or you can give the path of the job.properties also. Copy this, come and run here. Okay, so it has created the workflow. So it got workflow ID. If you want to see in command line, you can use the command as Oozie job hyphen Oozie. You give the URL, then hyphen info. There is a hyphen info command. You can find the status of this Oozie workflow. So it is in the running state. Okay, let's go and check it in the new browser. Okay, so this is running, I guess. Yes. Okay, it is failed. Okay, so let us see why it has failed. Okay, like this job ID. You can get any log from here? No. Okay, so I will just go. Okay, so upload is failed. Okay, it's fine. So let's go to this, get the application ID. So this is my application ID. So I will go and get the log, yarn log for this application ID and check what is the issue. Okay, so this will be helpful for you also. Application ID. This is a yarn command to get the log for your application. I will write it into file. Okay, so you can, people who are familiar with the Linux command, you can check there itself, but I will see, I'll download it Windows, I will check the log. Okay, I go here. Okay, this code. Open here. Okay, so not using this. Okay, so this is my old code. Okay, so I didn't replace it. I regret. Okay, all right, delete this. Okay, so I need to get the file, the latest file from here. this is the PySpark code, paste it. Okay, so now ship the only that program, delete this log. Okay, I'll ship only the program. Now the set of the latest file. For simplicity's sake, I'll just delete the entire folder from here, but in production please don't do this. You just delete whatever file you want to delete. Don't delete the entire folder. We are doing demo, so I just deleted. Okay, one step back, then again use the put command. Okay, so then I just go to that workflow directory. Then I'm going to run the Oozie command. So before that, let me check whether my changes been there in that workflow.xml. Sorry, in the workflow in the PySpark job. I just open it in Oozie browser. Yeah, I'm writing as a CSV file here. Okay, so previously it was having old code, so it was failing actually somehow. Okay, so now again run the job. Okay, this is status. Okay, it has saved this. The Oozie job has been created. Let us go here and watch. See it in the job browser. Workflow is running. So basically we given I think we given 20th May, right? So it should pick the 20th May record. So I think it has 1000 records, so it has to fetch 1000 records. Job is again failed. Okay, this time what is the issue? Okay, let me pause this video and I'll fix that issue. Okay, so sorry friends, it took some time. Okay, so basically what is saying is if you look at the line number 5240, okay, it says illegal pattern component xxx. Okay, so basically I just tried googling it because first time I'm seeing this error. So they were saying actually the timestamp format it is considering with the basically it has to be YYY, means you need to provide the pattern like timestamp pattern in which your data is exist in the data frame, so that it will write into while writing into CSV it needs to know what format the data is there. Okay, so basically for some of the people they were having the time date format with milliseconds also, but we don't have milliseconds, till second only. But I just put the in the code I just changed this part. Okay, they suggested to provide this option where you timestamp format, you specify the format in which your data is there. Okay, so this is the format my data is there, like YYMMDD and hours, hour component, minute component and second component. So after giving this it is working. So let me again run and show you the workflow which is running. Let's close delete these two. Okay, so you already moved the code I guess. Okay, so let me check whether it has latest code. Yeah, that change is there. Okay, then minimize this. Okay, so again check. So this part of the code snippet we changed. Okay, this portion is there. We close this. I will go to the HDFS and check whether the workflow is available here. It's not there. Okay, let me move the workflow now. Okay, so meanwhile we'll check whether data is there in this location. Okay, data is not there. I am in this directory. Okay, this is done. Let's go to this directory and execute this. Submit the workflow. Okay, so we got the job flow ID which is ending with 58. Go to the job browser. It is running. So it is let us launch the PySpark job also. The Oozie workflow is running. This is my people who are not aware of my GitHub repository. This is my GitHub account. Okay, India Cloud TV. Okay, you can go and check my other projects repositories. Okay, so I am going to push this code into this repository. I think PySpark underscore Oozie. Okay, so here I will put the Oozie workflow and the reference file. Okay, the reference file. We'll now go and check it is completed. Yeah, it is success. Both the PySpark and the Oozie workflow is success. Let us verify the data. Okay, now we are running 20th data, right? Just pull the data. So 20th data. Okay, now I'll pull the 19th data. Okay, so to do that, you go to the Linux directory. So you change the job date properties. Here it is fine because this is the job date properties referring while running the job. So I'm going to take it from 19th records. Okay, I will save this. This is done. Just to verify, I can open it. Okay, 19th May is there. Now I'll go and launch another. I'll run the workflow again for the. So this will pull the 19th day transaction details. Run it. Yes, workflow is created. Let's go to the job browser again. Just launch the Oozie workflow, which will in turn launch the Spark job. It is in accepted state. It will go running state. A little bit slow. I apologize for that. The cluster is little slow. Okay, it is completed. Go and check the data for 19th. Yes, 19th data is there. Okay. Okay. This is what I want actually show you in this demo. So basically what we did is we have a small PySpark program which will pull data from MySQL database to HDFS, pull the data and write it into HDFS as a CSV format. So we are pulling only transaction details based on the date, not the entire table data set. So we are actually sorry, excuse me. So we are pulling based on the date. So this is the PySpark program. Then we created a Oozie workflow. Okay, Oozie workflow which has Spark action in it. Okay, so in the previous Oozie use case we used IV action. So this is a PySpark job we are going to execute. So we used Spark action. So then we parameterize the date field, so that we are actually picking year and passing to this program. So that's how we need to do. So if you want to, if you have any doubt, please put it in the comments section. Okay, so I will reply back. Thank you for people who are supporting me in this channel. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, friends.